Hey everybody, welcome to the True Crime Squad. I'm Kristi Brower, here with my sister, co-host, and partner in crime, Katie Weaver. Hey Katie.
Hello.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going just fine.
Got such a cute shirt on. I love that
Thank
dragonfly.
you. I love it.
Really pretty.
It must be a theme. I ordered 2 dragonfly shirts at the same time.
Oh.
When they came, I was like, oh.
You didn't realize you did?
Must have just had dragonflies on the brain, so it's fine.
That is way funny. Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you for a second. I forget that my headset also links to my phone. So if someone calls me, then suddenly I can't hear you. Technology. That's what I have to say.
Always for that. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we have a lot of true crime for you all today. So
we do.
We're very glad you're here. Welcome to everyone in the chat. Welcome if you're here after the fact as well. We're glad you're here.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of can't believe it's Thursday. This is our last show of the week, which feels very strange. It's all happened real quick.
Mm-hmm. It is. This week has gone by really quickly.
It has. It is Thanksgiving in 2 weeks. What?
I know.
Here in the U.S. I'm like, let's just make tacos.
Right? Do we have to do all that holiday food?
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I imagine we do, because there are people in our lives that'll be like, what? No mashed potatoes?
Right.
Can't skip mashed potatoes.
You can't.
That's really the whole reason for the meal anyway.
The mashed potatoes and rolls. Yeah.
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 Most definitely. But with that, I'm going to kick it right to you for a crime news update.
Yes. So Lori Vallow was supposed to have her competency hearing this morning. And Justin Lum at Fox News 5, I believe, or Fox News 13. Anyway, Fox News out of Phoenix had gone he'd gone to the work to be able to have a camera in the courtroom. Weren't allowed to stream it, but he was allowed to record it, so we were able to get that recording from his hard work. However, the hearing didn't quite go as planned because somebody refused to come.
That doesn't do a whole lot for your competency, Ms. Vallow.
Yeah. She refused to be transported from the jail, so they did have a hearing. They're doing it again next month. So it was very short. I have it for you, so let's go ahead and watch it, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
On the record now in calendars number 1 and 2. This is CR 2021-001-704-001 and CR 2022-001-242-001 in the matters of the state of Arizona versus Lori Vallow. May I have appearances?
Katie Staub appearing for the state, and I would note that next of kin are present online.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Pamela Hicks, Robert Abernathy, Megan Swart, on behalf of Ms. Lori Vallow, who's not present. It's my understanding she refused.
All right. The court will waive the defendant's appearance for purposes of today's hearing only. For the parties' purposes, the court is familiar with the record from your prior hearing, so I understand the context in that a Rule 11 motion was filed by prior counsel. You're now stepping into that motion, and so that presents a different circumstance than usual here in these competency proceedings. The court has reviewed Dr. Hernandez's letter and Dr. McGady's report. How do the parties wish to proceed this morning?
I think what we were, before we realized she needed to be present to stipulate, we were contemplating asking the court if they would be willing to just stipulate with Dr. McGady's report. But I think at this point we would just ask to reaffirm our, November 20th court date in front of Judge Bereski. We did send him those reports as well under seal with the hopes of, essentially he just wants some confirmation of competency in order to proceed with the pro se motion.
My general policy is that I require the defendant to be in person, present for a finding of competency, but in some circumstances I have allowed counsel to file a notice with the court indicating that the defendant's been informed of that they've been found competent and of their next court date. And so I'll propose that if the parties are wishing to stipulate this morning, I know you want to move the case along. Is the state in a position to stipulate to competency based on Dr. McGady's report?
A wrinkle in that is that the state is unwilling to stipulate to competency based on one report. At the time that we met with, or that we appeared in front of Judge Boreski, there was not an indication from defense that they had advised the defendant to not cooperate with the Rule 11 evaluations. Since the state received that information yesterday, I think we just need to note for the record that any delay in coming to that, well, we were hoping that the defendant would be present today so that she could be admonished by the court that the most expedient way to get out of Rule 11 is to cooperate with the Rule 11 doctors. I'm not sure that it's appropriate for defense counsel to advise the defendant to not cooperate, but that's where we are. And I just want it to be clear for the record that the state is not employing a delay tactic in not stipulating to one report. We just need we need Dr. Hernandez to be able to offer an opinion for the purposes of the record, especially if the defendant is trying to represent herself.
Okay. So obviously we don't have Dr. Hernandez's report. According to her letter, she's going to make another attempt to meet with the defendant next week. So based on the fact that the state's unwilling to stipulate at this time, how do you want to proceed?
I think we'll just stick to the original plan of going back to Judge Boreski. He can review the reports. As far as having Ms. Vallow not speak, that was a decision based on the fact that we wanted to withdraw the Rule 11 motion. We did not want to be in Rule 11 court because we just didn't think it was appropriate at that time. Right. Otherwise, I think this is just a completely unique case. So I think at this point, we have a court hearing with Judge Boreski. He can make a decision on what he wants to do. And if we could maybe just ask Dr. Hernandez to just do a records review as Dr. McGady did. Since
I think that's something that she considered, but she's not able to do. And so because I thought that as well, but I think she's indicating just from an ethical standpoint, she doesn't have enough information to just render an opinion. And so I don't want to force her to make an opinion when she's not in a position to do that, and she needs more information, which she hopes to get in attempting to meet with the defendant next week. Unfortunately, Ms. Vallow not speaking with the mental health experts is causing some delay, as we're seeing here. But I'm okay with affirming your next hearing with Judge Boreski with the understanding that the matter remains in Rule 11 proceedings. So simply affirming that next court hearing doesn't change the status of the case being in Rule 11 for timing purposes. And then if another hearing needs to be set in this division, we can do that from your next hearing, which is currently set for November 20th at 10 a.m. I'm going to keep Dr. Hernandez in place, though, so I'm going to affirm her appointment, and I will give her a new deadline for another report in the event that you're going to proceed in competency proceedings. So I will, if she's going to meet next week, let's see what we can do. I'm going to order that she submit well, it's not a supplemental report because we don't have her initial report. So I'm going to extend her deadline for her report to December 2nd. That needs to be redacted and disclosed within 3 days by defense, pending the hearing next week with Judge Boreski. Did we cover everything? Is there anything else we need to cover this morning?
I think, oh, sorry. So her report's due December 2nd? December
2nd, correct.
And then did we set another hearing date in here?
Let's do that. You know what? Let's do that, and Judge Boreski can vacate if he needs to. So let's return on December 5th. Let's do 8:30 again.
Okay. Can you do 8:30?
All right. Does that work? Anything further?
That works. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
Great. Thank you. We're adjourned.
So,
what the hell is going on? They told her not to cooperate because they don't want her to be in Rule 11, except too late. She's in Rule 11.
Mm-hmm.
But of course she didn't cooperate. She didn't cooperate with shit in Idaho either.
Wow, this is clearly why her, the first set of attorneys that bailed, the public defender's office, they said it was a conflict of interest. Is the conflict of interest literally this, that they can't agree on her case moving forward? And they're saying, this girl is bonkers to the bone. We want Rule 11. And Lori going, nope, I want a speedy trial. I'm not going to waive my right to a speedy trial, so I don't want to do that. I'm starting to think that's exactly what this is.
It really makes you wonder. And who are these attorneys that were representing her?
They're also
they
public defenders. Yeah.
Okay. All women. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, of course she's not cooperating. She wouldn't cooperate with any of the mitigation
Right.
in her Idaho trial.
Yeah.
But the defense acknowledging that they told her not to cooperate in a court-ordered evaluation,
Right?
and they want to use just her records?
Yeah.
Well, hello. What do her records say? She's been
Right.
not competent before.
Yeah. I mean, you look at her history, and that's going to be really problematic.
Right, because just because she was found competent and did stand trial, she was also found not competent and couldn't stand trial for almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I can see, so they've got one evaluator that was willing to just comment on competency through records and not meeting
Yeah.
with her? What in the hell?
Right. Then you've got the doctor that's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I won't be doing
Good
that.
for that doctor, because that is really unethical.
Yeah.
Competency is this is not a long range thing. This is a right now. Can this person participate in their defense?
Mm-hmm.
And where she's been found not competent in the past,
Mm-hmm.
like that's really stupid
Yeah.
to be willing to stipulate to competency based on records.
Well, and obviously her attorneys were seeing something that they were concerned about,
How could they not be? I mean,
I think
come
they
on.
saw the Colby Ryan interview.
They probably did and went, holy shit. Right?
Because
She's really
Lori
not
can play
any
the game
different.
when she needs to. So they may not have realized how bonkers she is until they
Right?
started getting into this a little bit deeper with her. Yeah.
And now these guys who just barely met her are like, oh yeah, she's fine.
Mhm.
She is not fine. Also,
You are being
they're just
played hard,
representing
lady.
her to try to, the fact that she's trying to get pro se while she's in Rule 11, which just means that her competency is in question,
Yeah.
is redonkulous.
Yes. Yeah.
And what
Yeah.
did they say? This is an unusual situation. Well, welcome to Lori Vallow, man, because that is an unusual situation.
It is. And honestly, this is for the prosecutors. This is the aggravation that is Lori Vallow. So
Oh, yeah.
buckle up.
luck.
Yep.
Godspeed.
She's been too tame up to this point. We had to
She
think that
speaks
something was
directly
going to come
Jesus
unwound.
every day, just so you know. Oh, my God.
Right. Jesus says, you can represent yourself.
Yeah, Jesus says you can represent yourself by refusing to go to court. Like, what part of I'm competent and ready to be pro se is there when you are also not willing to show up to your own hearing? This is not good, man.
It's problematic.
Yeah. But I would expect nothing less from this defendant, as we have followed her for nearly 5 years now. Yeah, I would guess. Right, another Brooks trial. Can you imagine her being pro se?
No.
And her, just trying to pontificate about what Jesus told her instead of, questioning witnesses and stuff? I mean, she doesn't have one freaking clue.
It would be the craziest thing we've ever seen. But I don't think
They're
any
not
judge
gonna
would
let her
allow
do
it.
it.
No.
No. Because obviously, she's just showing that competency is an issue with all of
Yeah.
this ridiculousness. But of course,
Without
these
a doubt.
attorneys are being guided by her, what she wants. But that is pretty bold to admit right there in front of the judge that, yes, we told her not to refuse this evaluation. Like,
Yeah.
that's a court-ordered evaluation. What are you doing?
Yep. Well, it's not new behavior for her at all.
No.
But I think she's scared because in Idaho, when Mark Means decided that she was acting like she was bonkers to the bone, what happened? She got put in a state mental hospital for 8 months.
Yeah.
She does not want that to happen again.
No. But also,
But-
she seems unaware of how to make sure that does not happen again.
Yeah.
She is not. She's not well.
No. No,
You'd
no.
think she would have been there with her hair all curled and her cute little primary voice to convince the judge that she's fine.
She couldn't even do that today. Yeah.
No. No tampon curls and jailhouse makeup and primary voice for this judge. Wow.
Did her lawyers tell her to refuse to come to this one?
Right. Did
Kind
they?
of doubt it, but at the same time,
She's been
like,
refusing to come to hearings and she's been allowed to, but
Uh-huh.
you can't refuse to come to competency.
not really.
And you also can't refuse to come to hearings if you want to be pro se. Like, that doesn't mean
Unfortunately,
that
the
Jesus,
defense is not here today.
right. Jesus is not going to defend you in your absentia. Like, what the hell?
Oh, God. Crazy. So we'll keep an eye. Obviously, there's another couple hearings coming up, so we'll keep an eye on them. Thank you to Justin Lum for always being on top of this on the Arizona side. You rock.
Right. He rocks. And he's done such a great job working with the courts to make sure that there is video of these hearings. It's been really cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
appreciate his hard work to make those things happen. And the
Very
trust
much.
that he has with the courts that they will allow him to film and his word that he's not streaming because, you know,
Yeah.
it would be easy to violate that.
It would.
I don't
But
know why
he's,
you would, but
yeah. But he's good. He's really good. I mean, it's
is.
not just on the Vallow stuff. Like, if you follow Justin, he does really good work in Arizona. He's
He
cracked
does.
open all kinds of shit. He's
yeah,
killing
he's
it.
done a lot of investigative reporting. Very cool.
He pretty much single-handedly shut down well, I won't say single-handedly, but his work definitely made a big difference in shutting down a really horrific animal hoarding situation not too long ago.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's a badass.
for sure. Yeah. We don't have any idea what Chad's up to. That is just all silent on the chatty front. Yeah.
The dude's on death row.
Yeah.
There's really no way to know what he's up to unless he has a hearing.
Yep. No idea. Yep.
And the last picture we saw of him, he had a big dumb smile on his face like death row was pretty great after sitting in the Fremont County Jail for 4 years. So
It seemed like a relief, actually. Yeah. We have absolutely no idea. And, you know, as you know from his appellate attorneys, they're so backed up that they probably won't be able to address this until like 2032 or something.
something like that, yeah. It's going to be a while.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've got. So I'm going to kick it over to you for our main case.
Yes, which I am going to very aptly call Dumb Criminals.
Every
You
time.
guys, every time. Also, this case, sometimes I like to pick something funny. And it's not totally funny because it's definitely a crime. But it is committed by a group of dunderheads that you are just not even gonna... You're not even gonna believe this shit when I tell you this story. So, an investigation has just wrapped up, being done by the California Department of Insurance. Because this is an insurance fraud case.
Oh,
It's not something we cover very often, but you know what? Sometimes people commit insurance fraud in really hilarious ways. And we've got one. This is coming out of Los Angeles, like county, because this didn't happen in the city. Hang on one second. I forgot to send myself my main notes here. So, 4 people have been arrested for committing a total of $142,000 in insurance fraud
Holy.
for damage to 4 vehicles that was supposedly committed by a bear.
What? What?
Yeah.
Why is it always the bear?
This investigation is actually called Operation Bear Claw. And
I thought that was a donut. I don't know.
yeah, right? So this happened on January 28th, 2024 in Lake Arrowhead. So like up in the mountains above LA. Someone reported that a bear had entered their 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost. We are talking holy shit vehicle, right? And caused interior damage to the vehicle. And they provided some video footage to the insurance company that showed an alleged bear in the vehicle.
Alleged bear.
Yeah, so there were some questions about that. And then, turns out, there were some other insurance claims to some other insurance companies on the same date.
Oh.
These guys are so dumb. On the same date and at the same location. So, cars parked in the same property, insured and owned by different people, that had also been entered and damaged by a bear.
I mean, you got a busy bear here.
A very busy bear. So this was a damage to a 2015 Mercedes G63 AMG
Wow.
and a 2022 Mercedes E350. These are not cheap cars.
Ooh, high-end cars. Bear that is
Again,
absolutely fabulous at opening car doors, obviously.
it's really, really good. And we know that this legitimately has happened before.
Yeah, it
Bears
has.
can open car doors. But these folks also provided some video footage to substantiate their claims. So the insurance company smelled a little bit of the bear shit in the woods, basically. And they called in a California Department of Fish and Wildlife expert to review the 3 bear videos to see if they really thought that this looked like a bear attacking these cars.
And a bear that would be in that area, I'm sure.
Right. And the biologist said, yeah, that's a guy in a bear costume. So...
And the insurance is like, I told you!
So let me just show you a couple things. First of all, they issued a search warrant, and by Jove, look at what they discovered.
What?
This is the bear. Now, because the California Department of Insurance are total badasses who have produced their own video of the investigation of Operation Bear Claw, let's just watch what was submitted to them as supposedly bear damage to 3 cars. So I'm hoping you can hear me. I am not sure if you can, but I'm hoping. Because there's no audio to this. So you will see, if you see the movement down there, you can see what appears to be some kind of bear inside of a car on like a surveillance camera. And that bear's in there doing its stuff, apparently damaging the 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost vehicle. The dome light's on. I don't think that looks like a bear at all. I don't know who these dummies think that they are fooling. But this is what they submitted on the Rolls-Royce to the insurance for their claim. So we'll just... Can you guys hear me? Can you tell me if you can hear me?
I mean, I can, but I don't know
You
if they can.
Okay. So here's some more here are some more images. Do you see what is supposedly the claw marks? The perfect 6 lines. The perfect lines. Okay.
Yes, they can hear you.
Oh, good. Okay. Here is the 2015 Mercedes MBZ G63, whatever. Fancy. Here we are. Dome light on again. Supposed bear inside. Scratching up the car.
That one definitely looks like a person.
Right?
The last one's a little harder to
believe-
see, I think, but
But this one, I mean, can you believe that they submitted this video? And their supposed claw marks? Have they ever seen what bear claw marks look like?
apparently
They're also
no.
very hesitant scratches. Like they didn't really want to ruin their, because they're not gonna, they're gonna take the cash and not fix the car. That's what the whole point of this is.
Mm-hmm.
Also, is that even the right number of claws for a bear? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, Kathy says I used to do insurance defense and would have loved this case, right? So here's the 2022 MBZ E50 Mercedes. Now remember that this bear managed to get in to all 3 of these cars on the same night.
Uh-huh.
This
Also on the
supposedly
same
happened-
door.
Yeah, all on the same video camera. But have you noticed that it seems to be a different car in front of the camera every time? Like, were they moving the cars so that they would all show up like this?
It kind of seems
Because-
that way.
Right? So, yeah,
They're meat claws.
they are.
It's so funny.
They are, yeah. They're meat claws that you use to, like, shred up shredded pork or shredded chicken or something like that. Right? And, the seats would have been shredded. I've seen a video of a real bear who got into a car and the damage. The seats are destroyed. Not these tentative little claws like this, and like this. Like the bear was being so careful to not actually tear the leather, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that these dummies submitted their claims with those videos and literally for real thought that they were going to get away with this? And it was 3 different insurance companies.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's part of why they thought they would get away with it, because it was 3 different insurance companies. But this is so sus, right? Kathy says in the last car, the person's head is visible under the bear head, right? It
Yeah.
wasn't even that good of a costume.
Well, so the getting in the car and getting out looked like a person.
It did. And they looked like they knew exactly what they were doing to open and get in, right?
And shut that door. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Right, and didn't find a meat claw that had 5 claws instead of 6. Yeah, because there were 6 scratches. Bears don't have. But they, I don't know. I'm just blown away by how hilariously stupid these criminals are. But they are, they're hating their lives now because, well, they've been arrested.
That's well they should be.
Ruben Tamrazian, 26. Ararat Shirkinian, 39. Vahe Muradkanian, 32. And Alfia Zuckerman have been charged with insurance fraud and conspiracy. And the dollar amount makes this damn serious because those insurance companies were defrauded of a total of $141,839.
Holy cow.
Yeah. So they are in deep shit. The San Bernardino County District Attorney's Office is who's prosecuting this case. And they've been assisted by the Glendale Police Department and California Highway Patrol. So, sucks to suck. But my God, if you're going to fake a bear attack, yeah, I think you could do a better job than this.
And also maybe don't. I don't know.
Irene says I had to mute for a couple minutes talking to my coworker, and when I looked again, I said, why is that person dressed like a bear? Right? What kills me, though, is that they called in a biologist to confirm that was not a bear.
Right, because they're all like, I don't think that's a bear. Do you think that's a bear?
We better make sure. We better prove that's not a bear.
We better get an expert in here.
I mean, it's not the right color. It's not the right size. It's got the wrong number of claws. Like, there's a lot wrong with this.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh my God.
Well,
Right? How did they afford vehicles like that in the first place?
mm-hmm.
And then having those extremely expensive vehicles, those insurance claims were gargantuan.
Enormous, yeah.
Right? I don't think they needed the biologist, but by God, they were going to put an exclamation point on this case. And they did.
This is our expert witness.
Right? Right? Angela says they might as well have had the bear hotwire and steal the cars.
True. Or sneak in the house and steal their keys. Yeah.
Right, and Kathy says they had to call a biologist for the potential court case, for sure. Because they've got to be able to prove, that they've done dotted their I's and crossed their T's. But I found this story hilarious. And,
It is very funny.
If you're this dumb, you deserve to go to prison for this. I don't know what to say, man. I
Agree.
think they had plenty of opportunities to look at that footage and go, we probably shouldn't turn this in. Do you think we should turn this in? I don't think we should turn this in. Was there no rational person in this situation that went, guys, we can all see that that's a bear. That's a person in a suit. We should not make these claims, right?
I'm going to wager that there was at least one person in the group who said exactly that got outvoted by everyone else who had dollar signs in their eyes and thought that somehow this would slide. But it does make you wonder. Somebody else said, how did they afford it? Insurance fraud. Right. How many times have these specific people, had big insurance claims?
I know. It really makes me wonder.
That was
people
pretty
arrested
freaking
and
confident.
3 cars. So one for the bear costume, and then the other 3 are the car owners, I guess. And a guy in a bear costume, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I thought you would all get a big kick out of that story because
I liked
criminals, man, they're the best.
We needed a funny crime day. I'm here for
We
it.
did need a funny crime day. And honestly, Lori Vallow handed us some pretty good comedy with that as well.
I'm here for that. Very much so. Yeah.
But I know you also are going to be gracing us with some WTF news.
I am. So this crime actually took place a few years ago. In 2022. And the gentleman named Antoine Sims went into a fast food restaurant and got real mad about his fries being not hot because when they called his name, he didn't hear them. And so when he to come get his food from the counter. So when he finally did, his fries were cold. He lost his mind. They actually gave him new fries, but that wasn't enough. He had to continue to throw a fit. It was a bad look for Antoine because, as it turns out, the police were looking for him. So,
Of course.
I did write a song about this one, and I'm going to tell you something. I decided to write the song at the very last minute, and I haven't heard it yet. So we're going to all hear it together. So, I mean, I've heard the lyrics, but I haven't heard the song I'll put back together. So I'm hoping that we all love it. And if we don't, well, I won't do that again. But check this out.
Well, Antoine Sims had a plan, I guess. Lay low and just try to avoid the stress. But at Georgia McDonald's was calling his name. The man wanted fries, but he got cold flames. Hot fries, cold lies, and a plan gone wrong. When you want it by the law, better move along. But he called 911 about his flood situation. Ended up arrested, oh, what a revelation. lost his number, fries got cold, and that's when the situation just took hold. Started yelling and cursing with all his might, throwing hit his drink like a food fight night. The manager tried to keep things chill, but Antoine's temper climbed up that hill. Refused to leave, just stood his ground while the cops showed up and looked around. Hot fries, cold lies, and a plan gone wrong. When you're wanted by the law, better move along. But he called 911 about his bud situation. Ended up arrested, oh what a revelation. Then the cops asked nicely, just sign here, man, saying you won't come back, simple plan. But Antoine Sims, well, he turned and ran, a tase and a tumble, face in the sand. In his fiance's car, they found some green, 31 grams, know what I mean. Obstruction, possession, and fries too cold, all cause of a temper that got too bold. Hot fries, cold lies, and a plan gone wrong. When you're wanted by the law, better move along. But he called 911 about his bud situation. Ended up arrested, oh what a revelation. So next time you're wanted, remember this tale. Stay out of McDonald's or you might land in jail. Cold fries ain't worth it, take it from Sims, or you'll be belting jailhouse hymns.
Okay, it worked.
Another masterpiece. Oh my god.
The spud situation.
Oh my god. That was hilarious. What an idiot.
He throws such a temper tantrum that he ends up arrested, and he's wanted for murder.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just the marijuana in the car? He's wanted for
No,
murder?
he was wanted for murder.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an AI song. Yeah.
All our songs are AI songs. Oh my
Yeah.
god. That was wow. Well, I guess,
Right, hot fries and cold lies will be playing in my head all night, Kathy said.
yes. This is a great line.
Frankly, every time you eat fries now, you'll be like, these are hot fries. Better tell some cold lies.
You know who's not going to get hot fries ever again?
Mm-mm.
That idiot. I
Yeah.
don't think they serve hot fries in prison.
Yeah.
Right? No impulse control at all. Exactly.
no.
Holy shit, man.
Also, for Christ's sake, people, quit going into fast food restaurants and acting like this.
Right. Grow up.
It's not that hard. It's just not that hard. Yep.
We are. So actually, thank you for saying that. Jane says, OMG, Katie, you should do YouTube shorts of your AI songs. That is actually a project I have in the works.
Oh, good.
We have created what we have done is we've actually created a shorts account. And once I've got some stuff up on it, we'll share it with you here. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people don't like it when we mix short form content with our long form content on our main account. So what I have is created a True Crime Squad Shorts account, and I'm gonna do because everything has to be under 60 seconds. Mm-hmm. So I'm working on some clips and getting some things going. And once we've got some stuff on there, then all that's gonna go live too.
Yes. Okay. Well, thanks, Jane. Love it. Well, and good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and I will put this up later today over on our Spotify too. Not Spotify.
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Thank you. Yes.
Do we ever sleep? Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Do we dream about true crime songs? Sometimes.
And true crime in general, and yeah.
Am I still angrily dreaming about the Richard Allen verdict? Yes, I am. God damn it. Yeah. Did they extend the time for shorts? I need to see. I've made the account, but I have not really been able to sit down and really get it going yet. So I will go find out, because 60 seconds isn't very long.
It's not. It's not. You don't get much crammed in there.
And we share a lot of shorts over on TikTok, but we thought it would be fun to have.
Yeah, and this one will go up on TikTok
as well.
too. But
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Well, that's everything we have for you. We thought we'd send you out the door to the weekend with some laughs. Because I think we all needed them this week, definitely. So, you can chuckle about that insurance fraud all you want. Every time you see somebody dressed as a bear at Halloween, you're not going to forget these dumb criminals.
Indeed. No.
And as we have learned, most crimes committed while in costume are not on Halloween. Which does make them even more glaringly obvious. So
It also seems like most crimes in costume end in calamity.
always, yes. You think you're not sharing your identity, but you're standing out so much. When you go steal your friend's Chinese food dressed as Lala from what's it called? I forget the name of the
Teletubby. Yes.
The Teletubbies, yes.
Yeah.
You're not fooling anyone. That yellow costume really stands out. So, with that, have a good weekend. Please take good care of yourselves. Have some fun. Laugh. Get away from true crime. Get away from your screens. We're all going to do our best to do that as well. And we'll be back on Monday with
gender reveal for your upcoming grandbaby this weekend.
gender reveal for my grandbaby on Saturday. My son's birthday
Very
on
exciting.
Sunday.
Yes.
It's quite a weekend. So, we'll have
really
lots
is.
to talk about on Monday. Yeah. All righty. You know it. We are the True Crime Squad. Thanks for being here.
Take care.